Everybody, John Van Dyke here, New Jersey Expos. Today is Thursday, October 21st, 2021. Time is 3:13 p.m. Very lovely Jersey time today. A lot of stories. I fell behind. We're trying to catch up on them. This one's reported on the ArkansasOnline.com, and this is dated October 15th, and it reads as follows. Blytheville cop arrested, fired after holding ex-girlfriend and her grandfather at gunpoint, police say. Well, it sounds to me like another Badge Bunny learning the hard way story. Have not read the story, saw the headline, said that sounds like an interesting story. Let me get the glasses on because the print here is a little small. A Blytheville police officer has been arrested and fired from his job after holding his ex-girlfriend and her grandfather at gunpoint. Jeez, the poor grandfather's not even safe, according to the police. Police Department and Mississippi County Sheriff's Office. Zachary Puritan, 36 of Blytheville, was being held Thursday in the Greene County Jail near Paragould on preliminary charges of aggravated assault, aggravated burglary, kidnapping, and terroristic threatening. His bond was set for $250,000. Wow, this guy. One of our officers was involved in a domestic assault. Well, what a surprise, because we know who leads the pack in domestic assaults, don't we? One of ours involved in a domestic assault at his girlfriend's house in the county, said Blytheville Police Chief Ross Thompson. I'm told that after breaking up, he threatened his girlfriend and a family member of hers with a firearm. Thompson said the incident occurred October 7th. Thompson said Puritan was off duty at the time. I'm told the firearm involved was the officer's personal property, said Thompson. It was not discharged and nobody was hurt. Thank goodness nobody's hurt, because we know how these nut jobs, these sociopaths are. The caller told deputies that she had ended a relationship with Puritan earlier in the day and left town. Williams said in a news release, the caller stated when she returned home, she found that Puritan had forced entry into her home. The caller stated Puritan came out of her bedroom with a gun and held her at gunpoint, telling her he was going to kill her. The caller stated she was able to call her grandfather, who lives on the same property, and he walked over to the house to find Puritan holding the caller at gunpoint. Once the grandfather walked into the house, the caller was able to escape and called 911. The victims told Puritan that Puritan fled the area on foot once deputies were close to the area. Puritan was arrested in Jonesboro. Thompson said the sheriff's office is investigating the criminal incident, while the Blytheville Police Department conducts an internal investigation. Thompson said Puritan was fired October 8th. He said Puritan had been with the department for a few years with no notable disciplinary issues. On Monday, Miranda Smith filed a petition for an order of protection against Puritan. The petition filed in Mississippi County Circuit Court cited several incidents. So, this is not just one time, it's several times, dating back to July, in which Smith indicated Puritan was violent or threatening. Well, we all know that violence is the Blue Zero Hero go-to behavior, because violence is how they solve problems. Violence is how they try to take control of situations, because we know these sociopaths need to be in control. Puritan said people were out to kill him, according to the petition. Yeah, what a surprise. On August 17th, Zach claimed he went to Alabama to do something for the Army, according to the petition. He got back and told me he went there to kill 25 people with several members of his old sniper team. He told me he got shot in the chest 8 times, but that his bulletproof vest stopped it. In September, there were more stories about killing people, in addition to stories about knife fight. So this guy's a nut job. I felt like Zach was lying about everything he claimed. Well, we all know cops lie. They're the biggest liars. If they were Pinocchio, their nose would be out the hair. Smith made attempts to break up with Puritan, and he repeatedly threatened her life, according to the petition. So, if he repeatedly threatened to kill you, Why did you go to the police and tell the police sergeant, hey, one of your officers, you know, I was seeing one of your nut jobs you got here and he's threatening me and stuff. Boy, I'm telling you, you badge bunnies out there, take notice. And if anybody out there knows a girl that's dating a cop, you need to remind them about this shit. That they're all, you know, I'm not saying they're all bad, okay, in that respect of dating. But you don't know which one you're going to have until it's too late. And this girl here, in this case, the writing was on the wall, and she must have been, I don't know, stayed denial or afraid to do anything about it, but on October 7th, Smith had her locks changed and took Puritan's things to his house. I told him never to talk to me again, that I was done being afraid of him, and he needed to move on. She wrote, I blocked him on all social media. You know, the minute you are, whether you're a male or female, the minute you are afraid of the person you are dating, or they have shown signs of violence to you, you must end the relationship. There's no reason to stay with somebody like that at all, because when they're being violent at you like that, that means they don't respect you. That means that violence is their way of solving problems, and when they don't like something you do, they're going to implement violence, intimidation, and as you know, that's what big guys like to do. And if a big guy's a cop, what do you think he's going to do? Smith went to a parade and returned home to find the deadbolt broken on her back door. According to petitions, Zach came from the bathroom and attacked me, she wrote. Why didn't she just immediately go call the police? If I came home and the door of my apartment was broken open, I'm going to call the heroes, because that's their job, to enforce law. Somebody broke into my residence, they broke a law, you call the enforcers, they come over, they check it out. Zach came from in the band, attacked me, she wrote. I screamed and I ran to the living room and I tripped and fell. Boy, it's like in the movies, right? The monster is chasing somebody and the girl trips and falls. I wonder if she had high heels on. I tripped and fell, and Zach got on top of me and held me down with his gun to my head, telling me I was going to die tonight because he loved me. That I knew too much, so I had to die anyway. He held me down with his knees and tried choking me out, but let me go before I actually blacked out. Wow, this guy's really bad. Puritan let Smith up and told her to call someone, and explained that her screams were because of a wasp, according to the petition. Instead, she called her grandfather. Why didn't she call the police? This guy's obviously breaking rules, breaking laws. So why would you call your grandfather? I don't know how old he is, but what's the old guy going to do? If he's got a gun, why are you calling the grandfather? Call the grandfather and say, hey, call the cops, so they can come over and do some of that protecting and serving and risking their lives. The grandfather told her to run, so she did. She ran to his house, locked the doors, and called 911. According to petition, the female called stated that her ex-boyfriend, Zachary Puritan, was holding her grandfather at gunpoint, according to Williams' news release, which didn't name Smith as the caller. By the time the deputies arrived, Puritan had left. A temporary protection order was issued Monday. Puritan was served with a court. Why isn't he in jail? You know, these court orders, protections, they mean nothing to nut jobs. What's from stopping him going over these? They took his gun away? Did they search his house for any of the guns? Did they take a metal detector and check his backyard? Anyway. People, badge bunnies, take note. Imagine you call 911, you got a little problem, and this jackass shows up at your door, this nut job. Who the hell vetted this guy? How did he pass a psychological test? And if he was in the military, just another reason not to hire them. I don't know why people think that law enforcement thinks because somebody's in the military, somehow that makes them more qualified to be a cop. The only thing that makes them qualified to do is they have experience with firearms, probably a little bit more than firearms and more bigger firearms than the average police officer have. But I'm sorry, no disrespect to people in the military, but you don't belong in law enforcement, in my opinion. You got too much baggage. That's the way I see it. Don't belong in law enforcement, and I wish someday that they wake up and realize that you have to, you can't hire. You got to stop hiring these people. They got to find a better way to vet these people and figure out what the story is behind them, because whatever psychological test they're using on them, these nuts are falling through the cracks. I'll put the link in the description. You go read the whole story yourself. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. The channel is growing, and welcome aboard all those new people who just started to subscribe to the channel. And I read all your comments, and I appreciate all the kind words that I am given. And finally, if you encounter a propagandist, a lollipop sucker who's trying to tell you he wants to spread the propaganda, mind virus bullshit, just point out to my videos. Just say, you know what, bring up my channel and say, look at this, look what happened here, look what happened, here's the story. Or what you can do, you can just take your phone and Google cop arrested, cop charged, cop indicted, cop sentenced, and just watch all the shit come up. It's mind-boggling how much is out there. But don't expect the law enforcement community to tell you that, because they're gonna piss on your leg and tell you it's raining. I'm John Van Dyke for New Jersey Exposed. Till next time, people.
It sound right, boys.